remains the only light source in this dark and quiet room. A solitary beacon in the comfortable gloom. The conversation's winding down. We've said all we can say about the silly, stupid details of another passing day. But neither one of us is brave enough to say the word goodnight and sever this connection, this fragile thread of light. So we're lingering in silence, a digital impasse, hoping that this moment can somehow be made to last. And my eyelids are so heavy, and my thoughts are slow and deep, and I've got a dozen promises that I know I'll never keep, about waking up tomorrow with a clear and rested head, when there's a universe of comfort in the words we haven't said. And I'm just watching the three dots dancing on my screen, the most beautiful and hopeful little message I have seen, 'cause it means that you're still there on the other side of this, lost inside the comfort of a conversational bliss. It's not about the words you'll write, it's just the fact you are a steady pulsing presence, a close and distant star. I can hear you breathing softly through the speaker of the phone, a quiet little reminder that I'm not completely on my own. And I can picture where you are now, curled up on your couch, a sleepy gentle softness in your posture and your slouch. And it's better than a love song, it's better than a vow, this quiet shared existence that we're both inside of now. No pressure to be brilliant, no need to entertain, just the soothing, gentle rhythm of the digital soft rain. And the dots, they disappear now, and a message comes on through. It doesn't say I love you, but I know that it means to. It just says still hear you. And I smile and start to type the perfect sleepy answer to the sweet and hopeful hype. And I'm just watching the three dots dancing on my screen, the most beautiful and hopeful little message I have seen, 'cause it means that you're still there on the other side of this, lost inside the comfort of a conversational bliss. It's not about the words you'll write, it's just the fact you are a steady pulsing presence, a close and distant star.
The bartender is wiping down the counter with a cloth. The last few stubborn ice cubes dissolve into a broth. of melted hopes and whiskey in a half-forgotten glass, a silent liquid testament to moments that have passed. The neon sign outside is humming a tired electric tune underneath the patient gaze of a hazy silver moon. The chairs are being stacked now, a scraping wooden sound, the final quiet signal on this sacred common ground. And everyone is gathering the pieces of their night, their jackets and their phone screens bathed in cold and hopeful light. A quiet slow migration to the closing of the door, for a world that won't be waiting for what they were looking for. This is the last call for the dreamers, for the ones who lost their way, who bet it all on maybe at the closing of the day. It's a bittersweet surrender, a soft and quiet grace, finding comfort in the shadows of this lonely, lovely place. There are no grand conclusions, just a whisper in the air, a promise that tomorrow holds a different kind of prayer. I see the hopeful poet closing up his leather book. He didn't find the right words, but he loves the way they look. And the couple in the corner who argued and then kissed, making up a future from a list of things they've missed. We're all just strange cartographers with our fingers on a map, trying to find a straight line out of a self-created trap. And for a few short hours we believed we had it solved, as the stories and the alcohol so beautifully dissolved. But the lights are coming up now, the magic starts to fade, exposing all the raw truth of the bargains that we made. But there's no sense of failure, just a quiet shared release, a temporary armistice, a moment of true peace. This is the last call for the dreamers, for the ones who lost their way, who bet it all on maybe at the closing of the day. It's a bittersweet surrender, a soft and quiet grace, finding comfort in the shadows of this lonely, lovely place. There are no grand conclusions, just a whisper in the air, a promise that tomorrow holds a different kind of prayer.
The engine's finally silent, the ambitions put to rest, the frantic beating heart inside, the city's weary chest to slow down to a whisper, a low and steady hum. The chaos and the clamor have been peacefully overcome. The skyscraper cathedrals are just shadows in the night, and the avenues are rivers of a soft and amber light. The only sounds the breathing of the wind against the glass, a silent slow procession as the final moments pass. its own and quiet say, this is the time when the city sleeps and its true soul comes alive. In the secrets and the stories that the darkness helps survive, you can hear the gentle heartache, you can feel the whispered hope. It's a quiet, vast cathedral at the end of its long road, and I feel like I'm its keeper, the guardian of its peace, until the sun arrives to grant the morning its release. A single window's lit up on the 32nd floor. Someone's fighting their own battle, someone's waging their own war. A baker's light turns on now, a promise of fresh bread, while a million different stories are being dreamt inside each head. The city is a library of tales that can't be told, of the young ones and the weary, of the timid and the bold. And in this quiet moment, I can feel them all as one, a collective sleeping giant underneath the absent sun. And you realize the hustle is just a masquerade, a frantic daytime costume that is hastily been made. The real life is what happens when the audience is gone and you're left to face the silence and the coming of the dawn. This is the time when the city sleeps and its true soul comes alive. In the secrets and the stories that the darkness helps survive, you can hear the gentle heartache, you can feel the whispered hope. It's a quiet, vast cathedral at the end of its long road, and I feel like I'm its keeper, the guardian of its peace, until the sun arrives to grant the morning its release.
The key fits in the lock, I don't even have to look. It's a worn and easy motion from a well-read, trusted book. I dropped my bag in the same place it has landed for a year, and a quiet sense of safety starts to conquer all the fear. I fill the kettle up with water to the line I know by heart, the mundane, perfect science of a well-rehearsed new start. To the evening, to the quiet, to the unwinding of the soul, 1,000 tiny little steps that make me feel I'm in control. There's no thrill of the adventure, there's no shock of the brand new, just a deep and steady rhythm in the simple things I do. A gentle, soft foundation in a world that's built on sand, the most reassuring feeling that I'll ever understand. And it's the comfort of old routines, a prayer I say by rote, the anchor in the wild storm that keeps my little boat afloat. It's the boring and the simple, the predictable and plain, that washes all the chaos out like a gentle, steady rain. It's not a cage that holds me, It's a framework and a guide, the quiet, gentle architecture I have built to live inside. I sit down in the same chair with the indentation worn from 1,000 other evenings since the day that it was born. In my hands the same old coffee mug, a little chipped and cracked, a veteran of battles that have seen my spirit attacked. And I stare out of the window at the same familiar view, the neighbor's light, the crooked fence, the sky of hazy blue. And there is nothing here that's special, there is nothing here to see except the perfect, boring bedrock of the person that is me. And they tell you life is lived out on the edge and on the wire, fueled by reckless passion and an all-consuming fire. But maybe real salvation is much quieter than that, in the gentle, soft geography of your own habitat. And it's the comfort of old routines, a prayer I say by rote, the anchor in the wild storm that keeps my little boat afloat. It's the boring and the simple, the predictable and plain, that washes all the chaos out like a gentle, steady rain. It's not a cage that holds me, it's a framework and a guide, the quiet, gentle architecture I have built to live inside.
I woke up in the middle of the night, I'm not sure why I did. The room was cold and silent, every single secret hid. In the shadows and the moonlight, and I reached across the sheet to that familiar landscape, so reliable and sweet. The place your body's meant to be, the space you occupy, beneath the same old ceiling, underneath the same old sky. But my hand just found the coldness of an empty vacant space, and a memory of your warmth that time will never quite erase. And it's funny how a mattress can become a sacred ground, where the echoes of a lost love are the only things around. A topography of absence, a map of where you lay, the ghost of your impression at the closing of the day. And your side of the bed is still your side of the bed. It's a silent, empty kingdom inside my weary head. I still sleep on my app, I don't dare to cross the line, as if my faithfulness could make you accidentally mine again. It's a monument to memory, a promise that I keep, to the ghost of you beside me in my long and lonely sleep. The pillow holds the faint perfume of your favorite shampoo, a cruel and lovely souvenir of what I had with you. And the blankets are still messy in the way you used to be, a beautiful disaster that was only meant for me. I try to smooth them out sometimes, to make it look brand new, but my hands just seem to replicate the careless things you do. It's a habit, it's a ritual, it's a superstitious game, as if the shape of emptiness could somehow speak your name. And someday I'll have to cross it, I'll have to claim the whole vast and empty territory of my undivided soul. But for now I'll stay right here in the half that I was given. promise that I keep to the ghost of you beside me in my long and lonely sleep.
Just like that, another night is in the books. The city's given all it has. The heroes and the crooks have all gone back to their own worlds to fight their silent wars behind their ordinary, unassuming, closed front doors. We've shared some stories, shared some sounds, some heartache and some hope. Tried to find a little bit of grace at the end of our long road. And maybe we did, maybe we didn't. It's not for me to say, but we were here together at the closing of the day. So now there's nothing left to do and nothing left to prove. Just find your own quiet comfort inside this final groove. Let the rhythm be your anchor, let the melody be your friend, as we ride this gentle feeling all the way until the end. Don't worry about tomorrow, don't worry about the time. Just close your eyes and listen to the final fading chime. There's no grand finale, just a soft and gentle fade. So just let it play.
Streetlights paint the glass in strokes of liquid gold. Another chapter in a story left untold. The city breathes a rhythm, slow and deep and wide. Got your voice on replay, echoing inside. We built a world on whispers in the space between the lines. reading constellations in these urban design shrines. Every passing headlight feels like a memory's ghost of all the late night drives we love the most. Yeah, the silence has a sound when you're not around. It's a low hum, a quiet ache, rooted in the ground. Trying to navigate the map of where we used to be, but every road I take just leads you back to me. It's a city light serenade playing on repeat, a bittersweet symphony on every lonely street. Each reflection in the rain is a vision of your face, lost within the tempo, trying to keep the pace. This concrete jungle's got a soundtrack of its own, and it sings of you and I when I'm singing it alone. Remember sneaking rooftops, chasing the sunrise glow. Felt like the whole damn world was putting on a show, just for us, a private screening underneath the stars, tracing secret histories and counting passing cars. Now the dawn feels different, colder on my skin. It's the closing of a chapter, where does the next begin? The coffee's lost its flavor, the morning feels mundane, just a quiet reminder of the pleasure and the pain. Maybe I'm just romanticizing what we left behind, or maybe this connection's one of a different kind. A frequency that lingers, a signal in the noise, a quiet understanding beyond a simple choice. It's a city light serenade playing on repeat, a bittersweet symphony on every lonely street. Each reflection in the rain is a vision of your face, lost within the tempo, trying to keep the pace. This concrete jungle's got a soundtrack of its own, and it sings of you and I when I'm singing it alone.
This old record spins a story in the quiet of the room. Each little pop and crackle, chasing away the gloom. It's the soundtrack of a chapter written in our youth, a slightly warped reflection of a half-forgotten truth. You were the steady baseline, I was the risky rhyme. We were a perfect harmony, running out of time. The needle finds a scratch now, it skips a beat or two, just like my heart still does when I stop and think of you. And oh, the melody's the same, but the feeling's rearranged, a familiar composition but you are no longer here. We're just vinyl scratches and scars, a love worn thin and deep. Promises the needle can no longer keep. A beautiful distortion, a perfectly flawed design. The ghost of your hand still resting over mine. This ain't a clean recording, it's weathered by the years. A symphony of laughter, a rhythm track of tears. Remember dancing slowly, barefoot on the floor. Didn't need a reason, didn't ask for anything more. Just the music and the moment, the amp and the light. Felt like we could pause the world and stay inside that night. Now I trace the patterns in the dust upon the sleeve. A collector's item of a love I still believe was one of a kind, a limited press, a rare and fragile thing. That's why the silence hurts more than the saddest song they sing. They say you just replace it, find a brand new track to play, but they don't understand the way it's grooved into my clay. This isn't just a record, it's a piece of who I am, a testament to a love that didn't give a damn about the plan. We're just vinyl scratches and scars, a love worn thin and deep. Promises the needle can no longer keep. A beautiful distortion, a perfectly flawed design. The ghost of your hand still resting over mine. This ain't a clean recording, it's weathered by the years. A symphony of laughter, a rhythm track of tears. Rain against the window pane, a rhythm soft and low. Got the amber lamp turned down, nowhere else to go. Just this Suede sofa sanctuary. The world can disappear, and every worry fades away whenever you are near. You trace the constellations there upon my hand, in a language only two of us could ever understand. The TV's on but muted, just a flickering blue light, adding to the quiet magic of this ordinary night. We don't need the grand design, the fireworks and flash, 'cause the realest kind of treasure isn't measured in the cash. It's in the easy silence, the comfortable embrace, the feeling that the whole wide world is in this tiny space. These are the Suede soulful sessions, a low-key kind of love, a gentle conversation sent from somewhere high above. No need to dress it up, no need to play a part, just the steady just a feeling. It's the home I've come to know. In these quiet moments where we let the loving grow. We talk about the future, we laugh about the past, the silly little moments that were never meant to last. But somehow they're the bedrock, the foundation and the glue. Every single memory I've collected here with you, from sharing pizza slices to debating silly things. It's the simple joy and comfort that your presence always brings. The sofa knows our secrets, it's heard our hopes and fears. It's been the silent witness through the laughter and the tears. Let the storm outside keep raging, let the city rush and spin, 'cause nothing really matters like the peace we're sitting in. This is the main event, the headline of the show, the quiet understanding that helps the spirit grow. These are the Suede soulful sessions, a low-key kind of love, a gentle conversation sent from somewhere high above. No need to dress it up, no need to play a part, just the steady, easy beating of your heart against my heart. It's more than just a feeling, it's the home I've come to know. In these quiet moments where we let the loving grow.
Screen glows in the darkness, a beacon in my hand, the last link to the frequency of our promised land. 3% battery, a countdown to the gray, but I'm clinging to the last words that you sent to me today. The city's fast asleep now, but my mind is wide awake, rereading every sentence for the love or the mistake.
Every emoji's meaning, every ellipsis, every dot. Is it a sign of everything you are, or everything you're not? And this digital connection is a fragile, fragile thread, hanging on the promises inside my weary head. One bar of signal left, a whisper of a link. It's funny how a dying phone can make you stop and think.
I'm running on 3% battery and 100% faith, trying to save this conversation from a digital wraith. Staring at
Your name, a pixelated art, hoping that this charge is strong enough to hold my heart.
before the screen goes black, before we're caught in two.
My whole world's hanging on this final message, getting through to you. I should probably find the charger plugged in by the door, but I'm frozen in the moment, wanting something more than just another text back. Bet your 3% is feeling just as desperate as mine.
Is your screen a lifeline? Are you holding your breath too? Watching the connection fade on everything we knew.
This little lightning icon is a warning and a plea, a symbol of the energy that's left in you and me.
Maybe we let it die, let the screen just fade tonight. A quiet, soft surrender, an ending to the fight. Or maybe this is it, the final push we need to turn this dying ember to a fire.
From a seed,
I'm running on 3% battery and 100% faith, trying to save this conversation from a digital wraith. Staring at your name, a pixelated art, hoping that this charge is strong enough to hold my heart. Before the screen goes black, before we're cut in two.
my whole world's hanging on this final message, getting through to you.
The day bleeds out its color, turns from orange to deep blue, and the skyline starts to glitter, putting on a show for two. Me and my own reflection in the high-rise window pane, watching the world get quiet, washing clean in evening rain. Another day is fading, filed away upon the shelf, and in the peaceful twilight I can hear my own true self. The noise of expectation, the hurried frantic race, all dissolves into the beauty of this time and of this place. The stars begin to pop out, shy and hesitant and bright, like scattered bits of diamond on the velvet of the night. And in this grand cathedral made of concrete, glass and air, I can feel a sense of freedom, a release from every care. Under the indigo skyline I can finally breathe again, letting go of all the what ifs, all the hows and all the whens. Just a soul in observation, a witness to the view, finding clarity and stillness in the shades of fading blue. There's a rhythm in the stillness, a power in the peace, where all the inner battles find a beautiful release. The traffic down below is just a river made of light, a silent, steady current flowing through the endless night. Each one a different story, a universe unknown. It helps you feel connected even when you are alone. I used to chase the chaos, thought the noise would make me strong, but I was only running from the place where I belong. Right here in the quiet, in this moment of repose, where the seeds of understanding have the chance to start to grow. The moon ascends the heavens, a pearl against the dark, a silent, steady guardian, leaving its eternal mark. And I know that tomorrow will bring back the sun and sound, but indigo. A sacred peace is found under the indigo skyline. I can finally breathe again, letting go of all the what ifs, all the hows and all the whens. Just a soul in observation, a witness to the view, finding clarity and stillness in the shades of fading blue. There's a rhythm in the stillness, a power in the peace, where all the inner battles find a beautiful release.
Curled edges, sepia tone, a ghost inside a frame, a captured bit of sunlight, whispering your name. Found it in a shoebox underneath the stack of bills, a silent little movie playing in the rolling hills of memory, a landscape familiar and so strange, a younger version of us before the seasons change. You were laughing at the camera, I was looking at you. Didn't know that moment was a shade of passing blue. It's not a sad emotion, it's not a sense of loss, it's just a quiet payment for the line we had to cross. A simple recognition of a time that felt so real, a perfectly preserved impression of the way you made me feel. It's just a faded photograph, a story in the light, a 20-year-old summer frozen, pure and bright. No bitterness, no anger, just a soft and gentle ache for the beauty of a promise that was never ours to break. A snapshot of a feeling, a moment caught in time, the bittersweet perfection of a love that was once mine. Jacket, the one you always wore, the way you'd hum a melody I'd never heard before. We were mapping out a future on a napkin in a cafe. Believed that we were strong enough to keep the wolves at bay. It's funny how the details are the things that stick around. The scent of morning coffee, the specific city sound. The big plans all dissolved now, like sugar in the rain. But the tiny little moments, they stubbornly remain. Maybe in another life we made it through the fall. Maybe that old photograph is hanging on a wall in a house we built together, from the foundation to the roof, a tangible and breathing and undeniable proof. But here it's just a photograph, a story in the light, a 20-year-old summer frozen, pure and bright. No bitterness, no anger, just a soft and gentle ache for the beauty of a promise that was never ours to break.
phone's on, the world is muted. Clock says 2 a.m., just the glow of the computer, a synthetic pulsing gem, chasing down a melody that's hiding in the haze. Been lost inside this rhythm now for something like 3 days. The coffee's cold beside me, the city's gone to sleep, but I've got promises to break and deeper ones to keep. To the ghost of an idea, a whisper in the code, trying to pave a different path on this long and winding road. Yeah, the rest of the world is dreaming, but I am wide awake for the thrill of the creation, for the art and for the ache. There's a magic in the quiet, a clarity you find when you leave the noise and chaos of the daytime world behind. I'm burning the midnight oil, a solo studio jam, trying to build a universe from just a simple plan, searching for the right chord, the word that tells the truth. It's a conversation with a younger version of my youth. This ain't for fame or fortune, it's a therapy in need to plant a single solitary and resilient little seed. The first light starts to trickle in, a soft and hazy gray, a signal that the night is done, the coming of the day. My eyes are tired and heavy, my body's feeling worn, but there's a fragile little victory in the hours before the morn. Got a brand new track to show for the time I sacrificed, a little piece of soul for which no one knows the price. It's a lonely occupation, this wrestling with the sound, but in this quiet solitude, a holy peace is found. And for a fleeting moment, everything makes sense, the struggle and the effort, the future and the tense, it all connects together in a beautiful design. And I know without a doubt that this path is truly mine. I'm burning the midnight oil, a solo studio jam, trying to build a universe from just a simple plan, searching for the right chord, the word that tells the truth. It's a conversation with a younger version of my youth. This ain't for fame or fortune, it's a therapy in need to plant a single solitary and resilient little seed. Sunlight through the curtains, dancing on the floor. Don't need to check the time, don't need to answer the door. Got the record player spinning, some old forgotten tune, a perfect lazy afternoon in the middle of June.
You're humming in the kitchen, I can smell the coffee brew. There's a simple kind of heaven I have only found with you. No plan upon the schedule, no frantic hurried pace, just the smile that I see reflected on your sleepy, happy face.
We're canceling the world today just for a little while, living life and back style. 'Cause after all the noise and rush the whole damn week can bring, this quiet little sanctuary is a sacred, precious thing. It's a Sunday kind of groove, easy and so sweet, a slow jam for the soul, a laid back, gentle beat. Let the world keep on turning, we'll be right here in our space, finding all the magic in this slow and steady pace. No need to say a word, it's in the way you look at me. This is the only place on earth I ever wanna be. We could read a book or paper, or just stare up at the clouds, far away from all the pressure of the ever-judging crowds. We're building our own castle from these quiet little bricks, a love that doesn't need the flash, that doesn't need the tricks.
You steal a piece of toast from me, I laugh and let you in. It's the beauty of the comfort of the skin we're living in. This is what they write about, the poets and the wise. The universe I find inside the stillness of your eyes.
And if I could just bottle up this feeling and this light, I'd save it for the moments that feel more like the night. A perfect little reminder, a snapshot of the truth, the eternal, easy summer of our everlasting youth. It's a Sunday kind of groove, easy and so sweet, a slow jam for the soul, a laid back, gentle beat. Let the world keep on turning, we'll be right here in our space, finding all the magic in this slow and steady pace. No need to say a word, it's in the way you look at me. This is the only place on earth I ever wanna be. Down past the old steel bridge, where the river takes a bend, there's a little patch of heaven where the noisy city ends. The gravel turns to dirt track, the cell phone signal dies, and the only thing you hear is the sound of wind and open skies. There's nothing on a map, no signpost with a name, just a place that we discovered, a wild and gentle flame. We claimed it with a whisper underneath a willow tree, a secret little kingdom just for you and just for me. And
life gets heavy, when the walls are closing in, that's the place my mind escapes to, where I know I can begin to unravel all the tension, to wash away the gray. It's the compass point that leads me at the closing of the day. Let's go back to our secret spot, where the world can't find us now, and listen to the promises rustling branches vow. We can leave behind the chaos, the hurry and the ache, for the love of what is real, for our own two spirits' sake. It's more than just a place, it's a feeling and a proof. It's the shelter of our own unbreakable living roof. Remember carving our initials in that fallen piece of wood, a silent declaration that was clearly understood. We didn't need forever, we just needed to be sure that we had a place of refuge that was sacred and was pure. We'd watch the stars come out there, brighter than in town. Felt like we were the only two for miles and miles around, sharing silent understandings and futures we would weave, a tapestry of hope in which we both could still believe. The world can have its castles, its glitter and its gold. We found a different treasure, a story to be told, in the language of the river, in the color of the stone, a paradise that we could always call our very own. Let's go back to our secret spot, where the world can't find us now, and listen to the promises the rustling branches vow. We can leave behind the chaos, the hurry and the ache, for the love of what is real, for our own two spirits' sake. It's more than just a place, it's a feeling and a proof. It's the shelter of our own unbreakable living roof.
funny, isn't it? We spend so much time talking, filling the air with words, with noise, with plans, but the truth, the real story, it isn't in the words, it's in the pauses, the hesitations, the comfortable silence after a shared laugh. It's in the look you give me from across the room, says more than a novel ever could. That's where we live, not in the sentences, but in the space between.
Streetlights start to hum their tune, the day begins to fold, painting all the window panes in orange and in gold. The city takes a deep breath, a collective gentle sigh, as another dozen deadlines slowly drift and float on by. You're across the table, tracing patterns on the glass, lost inside a quiet thought. I don't even have to ask, 'cause I can read the calm in you, the easing of the pace, the soft focused contentment that is settling on your face. We don't need the fireworks, the grand and loud parade, just this quiet little moment that our weary spirits made. A simple shared understanding as the afternoon retreats, the silent sweet percussion of our two syncopated beats. This is that golden hour fade, the world in sepia tone, a feeling that we're anything but hopelessly alone. It's not about forever, it's about this perfect now, a silent sacred promise, an unspoken gentle vow, to cherish this tranquility, this peace we rarely find, a snapshot for the archives of a well-protected mind. The chatter from the sidewalk starts to soften and to blend into a gentle soundtrack for the day to finally end. Remember when we used to chase the highs and run so fast, trying to build a future while forgetting all the past. Now we find our treasure in the things we used to miss, the simple, profound alchemy of a moment just like this. It's the beauty in the ordinary, the poetry in prose, the garden of serenity that from the stillness have to pay. They all just seem to melt away and gently drift astray. In the warmth of this soft lighting, in the comfort of this view, the only thing that's real and true is sitting here with you. This is that golden hour fade, the world in sepia tone. A feeling that we're anything but hopelessly alone. It's not about forever, it's about this perfect now. A silent sacred promise, an unspoken gentle vow to cherish this tranquility, this peace we rarely find. A snapshot for the archives of a well-protected mind.
Ink is smeared and faded, edges soft and frayed. 100 different stamps for all the clever plans we made. A dog ear on the page for Paris, a coffee stain for Rome. Every single mark a story of a place we called our home. For a week or for a moment, chasing down a different sun, believing we were racing when we'd only just begun. To understand the journey wasn't on a printed map. It was learning how to navigate the unexpected gap between the dream and real life, the picture and the truth, the indestructible bravado of our wild and hopeful youth. Each visa tells a chapter, each exit stamp a cost, for the wisdom that you only find in getting truly lost. This worn out passport's more than just a book of where I've been. It's a catalog of failures, a diary of sin, and a testament to rising from the rubble and the crash. A phoenix from the beautiful, illuminating ash. It doesn't hold the pictures, but it surely holds the proof that my foundation's built upon a hard one, solid truth. I remember sleeping on a train, the rhythm of the track, a feeling that I'd given up on ever coming back to the life that I had known, the person I had been, letting go of all the bitter should-haves deep within. From the mountains of Peru to a quiet street in Prague, lifting the oppressive weight of a self-inflicted fog. It wasn't about the sights to see, the famous food to eat. It was finding my own rhythm on 100 different streets. And now it sits here on my desk, a quiet, trusted friend, a reminder that the story doesn't ever have to end, that every scar and wrinkle is a medal that I've earned, for every single painful, necessary lesson learned. This worn out passport for. It's more than just a book of where I've been. It's a catalog of failures, a diary of sin, and a testament to rising from the rubble and the crash. A phoenix from the beautiful, illuminating ash. It doesn't hold the pictures, but it surely holds the proof that my foundation's built upon a hard one. Solid truth.
Empty chair across from me, a coffee getting cold. Another story left hanging, a chapter left untold. You're living in my pocket now, a face behind a screen, a curated set of moments of the places you have been. I scroll and see you smiling on a beach I'll never know, and a part of me is happy for the seeds you get to sow. But there's another part that's aching, a dull and heavy beat, for the silence that you left here on this once familiar street. We said it's better that we both just need the space to find our own two futures, to run our own two race. But tonight the city's quiet and the truth is ringing clear. I'm talking to a memory, 'cause you are no machine, a digital display, a beautiful illusion that is stealing me away from the cold hard fact of absence, the space you left behind. You're everywhere and nowhere, a torture for the mind. Your picture, a heart that isn't real, and I wonder if you're out there, and if you ever feel it. See you with your new friends, the ones who share your view, and I wonder if you tell them all the things I told to you. Do you share the secret language, the inside jokes we made, or are they just a footnote in a slow and painful fate? The phantom limb is aching, a pain that starts to grow. your life continue from your solitary unease. Maybe I should block you. Maybe I should disconnect. Sever the connection. Show a little self-respect. But I'm addicted to the torture, the sweet and painful sting of the hope that in the morning a new message it might bring. I'm in love with the ghost in the machine, a digital display, a beautiful illusion that is stealing me away from the cold hard fact of absence, the space you left behind. You're everywhere and nowhere, a torture for the mind. I double tap your picture, a heart that isn't real, and I wonder if you're out there, and if you ever feel it. The city screaming Friday, a frantic pulsing beat of people chasing something on the busy crowded street. The texts are starting to come in. Where you at and what's the plan? 100 different versions of a life I barely can comprehend the energy it takes to play the part, to wear the social armor and protect your fragile heart. But the rain is drumming softly on my window pane tonight, and the only invitation that feels even close to right is the one from my own sofa, a silent soft request to give my weary spirit a well-deserved and needed rest. No need for validation from a stranger in a crowd. My own quiet company is finally allowed. I'm mastering the art of staying in a sacred gentle rite, finding all the beauty in the absence of the light, from the neon and the chaos, from the pressure to be seen, building my own kingdom, peaceful, quiet and serene. It's a revolution of the soul, a soft and silent wind, the beautiful rebellion of just choosing to stay in. Got a stack of dusty records and a $10 bottle of wine, a universe of stories that are waiting to be mine. I can travel to the moon and back, or sail the 7 seas without ever having to go find a set of keys. There's a freedom in the stillness that the world can understand, the power of just holding your own future in your hand, not defined by where you're going, but by where you choose to be, in the calm and quiet comfort of your own society. It's not about being lonely, it's about being free from the obligation to be someone that you don't want to be. It's choosing your own energy, protecting your own peace, a beautiful and voluntary and welcome self-release. mastering the art of staying in a sacred gentle rite, finding all the beauty in the absence of the light. From the neon and the chaos, from the pressure to be seen, building my own kingdom, peaceful, quiet, and serene. It's a revolution of the soul, a soft and silent wind, the beautiful rebellion of just choosing to stay in.
14th floor apartment, looking down upon the grid. A million little stories of the things we keep well hid. The cars are flowing like a river, a current made of light, a silent pulsing energy that electrifies the night. From up here all the chaos starts to look a bit like art, a fragile, beautiful machine with a lonely beating heart.
The sirens are a symphony, the horns are just a chord in the massive grand cathedral that we never can afford.
You get a new perspective when you're floating up so high, a temporary guest inside a cold and concrete sky.
And all the little problems that were screaming in your head are silenced by the beauty of the sleeping city spread.
From way up here, the streetlights look like stars are falling down and scattered all the magic on the surface of the town.
It's a universe beneath me, a galaxy of souls,
Trying to find their footing while they're losing their control. And for a little moment I can finally see it clear.
There's a strange and quiet beauty in the madness and the fear.
I can see the lone musician on a corner playing blues for a handful of distracted folks with nothing left to lose.
I can see the couple fighting underneath the dim lit sign, drawing out a painful and invisible new line.
I can see the dreamer staring from another window pane, searching for a pattern in the rhythm of the rain.
We're all just tiny satellites in our own little orbit spun, believing we're the only lonely solitary one.
But the light connects us all, a web of shared design. Your little piece of tragedy is intersecting mine.
And in that shared connection, there's a comfort to be found as we're spinning through the darkness on this patch of common ground.
From way up here, the streetlights
strange and quiet beauty in the madness and the fear. Last of the streetlights are starting to fade out. The silence of the city holds a whisper of a doubt. But then the eastern skyline bleeds a line of pale rose, and a quiet, hopeful feeling in my weary spirit grows. The garbage trucks are humming their low and heavy song. The first few early birds decide where they belong. A curtain of the morning mist is hanging in the air, a promise of a clean slate, a release from all the care. This is the sacred moment, the pause before the start, the secret quiet mending of a tired and broken heart. The world is holding its breath, and for a second so am I, underneath the canvas of a slowly waking sky. And I see the gray turning to gold, a slow and gentle fire, lifting my ambitions and my unfulfilled desire. It's a chemical reaction, a magic I can't name. The city's quiet baptism in the morning's gentle flame, a silent invitation to begin the day anew and believe the simple promise that the light is breaking through. The smell of distant coffee and the scent of morning rain, washing all the sidewalks clean of yesterday's old pain. A single runner passes, a ghost in white and blue, chasing their own demons with a strength I wish I knew. But maybe we are all the same, just in a different fight, searching for our own small patch of reassuring light. And in this early moment, I feel kinship with them all, ready to get up again each time we start to fall. And the sun is not a promise of a day without a cost, but it's a reminder that not everything is permanently lost, that even after the longest night, there's a chance to start again. A quiet, soft forgiveness from the storm and from the rain. And I see the gray turn into gold, a slow and gentle fire, lifting my ambitions and my unfulfilled desire. It's a chemical reaction, a magic I can't name. The city's quiet baptism in the morning's gentle flame, a silent invitation to begin the day anew and believe the simple promise that the light is breaking through.
Sitting on the front steps, watching cars go passing by. The sun is painting colors on the canvas of the sky. And 3 whole hours have gone by since either one of us has spoke. We're wrapped up in the comfort of a silence we invoked. I don't need to ask you what is running through your mind, 'cause in this quiet space between us, a deeper truth I find. It's in the way you tap your fingers, a rhythm on your knee, a silent little message that is only meant for me. Words are overrated, just a clumsy tangled art, when I can read the shifting tides of your unguarded heart. In the way your shoulders soften, in the way you start to smile, you're telling me you're happy just to sit with me a while. This is our own language, spoken in the quiet space, a conversation happening without a single trace of a sound or of a whisper, of a question or a plea. It's the silent, deep connection between you and between me, and it says more than an epic poem or a famous sonnet could. Completely and entirely and perfectly understood. Remember all those parties where we'd shout to be heard, hanging on the meaning of a poorly chosen word. We were trying to impress them, the strangers and the friends, never knowing that true comfort is where all of that stuff ends. It ends right here in stillness, on this weathered wooden porch, the passing of the final and illuminating torch, from the person I once was to the one I've now become, content inside the quiet of our own private kingdom.
You reach and take my hand now, your thumb just strokes my skin, and with that single gesture you invite me to come in to the calm and steady center of your peaceful inner world. The most beautiful love story without a single word.
This is our own language, spoken in the quiet space, a conversation happened without a single trace of a sound or of a whisper, of a question or a plea. It's the silent, deep connection between you and between me, and it says more than an epic poem or a famous sonnet could. Completely and entirely and perfectly understood. Buried in a folder from a year or two ago, a little digital fossil from a life I used to know. I press the button, hear the tone, and then I hear your voice, a little bit distorted by the cheapness of the choice that I made when I bought this phone, but still it's clear as day. You're laughing about something that I probably shouldn't say.
You were calling from the airport, you were stuck and running late. A silly little moment sealed and saved by digital fate. And it's not that I am lonely, it's not that I am sad. It's just a strange nostalgia for the good times and the bad. A little time capsule of a voice I won't forget. A feeling that's a mixture of affection and regret. It's just a saved voicemail, a ghost inside my phone, a 30-second message that reminds me I'm not alone, and carrying the memory of the way we used to be. A silly, sweet and stupid, perfect piece of history. And maybe it's pathetic, but I'll never press delete, 'cause your laugh is still the most familiar and the bittersweetest tree. Heard you leave the sound. I was standing in the kitchen of that place we rented downtown. I was making pasta, I was stressed about the rent, and your little burst of laughter felt like it was heaven sent. It was just a simple check-in, not a promise or a vow. But it's funny what the distance makes you reevaluate now. How the smallest little gestures can become the things you keep, buried in your memory, rooted down so very deep. And I know you've moved on now, I know you're doing fine. Your life is on a different track that doesn't run with mine. But for this single minute, I can close my eyes and be back in that old kitchen with you right there next to me. It's just a save, a voicemail, a ghost inside my phone, a 30-second message that reminds me I'm not alone, and carrying the memory of the way we used to be. A silly, sweet and stupid, perfect piece of history. And maybe it's pathetic, but I'll never press delete, 'cause your laugh is still the most familiar and the bittersweetest tree. Oh,
day is done and dusted, and I paid all of my dues. I've answered all the emails, I've listened to the news. I've played the part they wrote for me, I've said all the right lines, I've navigated all the subtle, complicated signs. But now I'm in my own space, and the door is locked and closed, and a different kind of energy is finally being composed. I put the record on the needle, the one that makes me move, and I don't need a partner to get lost inside. reflection in the window. He's got the moves down right. He's not afraid of looking stupid in the pale and soft moonlight. There's no one here to judge me, there's no one to impress, just the pure and simple freedom of this beautiful sweet mess. I'm dancing with my shadow in the quiet of my room, chasing away the darkness, chasing out the gloom. It's a party for a population of exactly one, and I'm not gonna stop until the rising of the sun. It's not lonely, it's a statement, it's a choice to be this free. The best company I'm keeping is the company of me. I can be the superstar, I can be the fool, I can break the rhythm, I can break every single rule. I can sing the harmony completely out of tune, and I can howl my secrets to the patient silent moon. This isn't a rehearsal for a night out on the town. This is the main event, the place where I can lay my burden down and rediscover the person that I am